What is going on, my beautiful friends? Thank you so much for joining me on another edition of Trail Talks. I am very excited to share this episode with you today. We are finally going to the island, boy. Yes, that's right. We are going to Vancouver Island, South Benson Trail Center in Nanaimo to be exact. This is a chapter out of my book, The Best Mountain Bike Trails in Canada, available now on Amazon for all your ultimate Canadian riding needs. All the best trails in one place. Yes, they are. Anyways, for those of you who have never been to Vancouver Island, what a beautiful place the island is. It smells like fish. The trees are huge. The people are beautiful. And the bike trails are awesome. There is so many sweet trail networks on the island. But today we're going to Nanaimo, South Benson, which is such a sick place. This place has mostly single black trails, but there's a few blues. There's actually one blue line we're about to get into right now and some sick double blacks. So let's get into the blue line. The blue line is Gatekeeper. It starts off at the top black. It's more shaly, loosey-goosey, techie up top, and then it gets to a lot of fun flow. So it's got about, I think it's about a 5-part trail. It's got Gatekeeper lower, Gatekeeper middle, Gatekeeper this and that, but Gatekeeper is a sick ride. So if you're the intermediate rider, you're going to want to start on the Gatekeeper trails. You don't need to climb all the way up top to the black portion. You could ride the flowy blue portions with, it's got your berms, it's got your drumps, it's got your jumps, and it's got your drops. So Gatekeeper, sick blue line, intermediate riders, you will love that. Now, let's get into the black switch. I would say a lot of these blacks are not hard blacks, so if you're a confident intermediate rider, you should be able to do this line of black trails. That is Uterbraten to Sexy Flanders to Max Power to the Huts. Now, what are we putting together here? Yes, this is the Simpsons line. For those of you who grew up when I did in the 90s watching the Simpsons, this is the Simpsons line. And what fun this is. This is kind of the classic single black line for me when I'm there, even though they've built some very sweet newer stuff. But starts off a little techie on Uterbraten, then gets more speedy with jumps and drops and some woodwork. So a lot of these trails are quite similar. All the rock slabs are kind of more off to the far right-hand corner, so there's not many rocks here. It's more kind of flowy terrain around these middle part of the mountain, but man, what a sick descent this is. Uterbraten to Sexy Flanders to Max Power to Hut. Starts off a little techie, a little loamy, and then you get just the high-speed flow, and these are not hard blacks. None of these, I would say, are hard blacks. No too big features, just smaller jumps, smaller drops, good fun. Now, the other line is the Star Wars line, or what I believe they call the Galaxy line. That is Endor to Mandalore to Alderaan to Naboo. So this is kind of a, similar terrain to the Simpson lines. You got Endor, flowy with woodwork, Mandalore, high-speed ripper with a sweet drop, Alderaan, sick TTFs, which are trail features, and Alderaan has a 115-foot double black log ride option, and man, that is a fun log ride option if you can handle the double blackness of it. Yes, after that you have Naboo, which is short and fun, kind of similar terrain, great little trails, a bunch of little drops, and lots of flow, lots of drops, lots of jumps, lots of single black descending fun. Yes, it is. What do we have up next? This is one of the newer trails on the mountain. It's been around for a couple years now, but we have Matmo, fast and flowy with gap jumps and ride-arounds. So this one does have some pretty good gap jumps on it, but not to fear. They all have ride-arounds, and if you are not doing the gap jumps, I would also not say this is a black trail. I would say this is more of a blue, but if you are hitting the gap jumps, you need to hit those at a good speed to clear some of them. And if you are going at the race pace and hitting the gap jumps, it is certainly a black rated trail. Otherwise, if you're hitting the ride-arounds, this is a pretty nice and chill trail. Another fun black we have here is Roller Coaster. It's kind of similar again with a few drops and jumps. So all these blacks are great. Nothing what I would call a spicy dark black. We will get into that right now. So now we're going into a spicy dark black meat draw. This is where things start to get a little more technical. We're on the far right-hand side of the mountain, or I guess left-hand side, depending on which way you're coming from. If you're climbing up the far right-hand side, we have meat draw. Spicy black tech with rock rolls. So this is what an actual real black is like. I would say this one might be even kind of a darker black. And so yeah, spicy black tech with rock rolls. So those looking for the technical trails, we are now getting into your stuff. Now we are getting to the real spicy tech, and this trail is janky, and this trail is gnarly. So what did I write here? Chainsaw Ridge, double black. What should be mentioned is this is a difficult climb to get to this trail. But for those who like the steep, techie gnar, this is the one for you. This might be one of the best on Vancouver Island when it comes to the janky, techie gnar. So Chainsaw Ridge, steep, gnarly natural tech with a big, dirty climb to get there. So if you're going to ride that, you're kind of way out there, so be aware of that. But Chainsaw Ridge is one of your best spicy Tech-Gnar double black trails on Vancouver Island. Not for everyone. Do not expect flow on this trail. Do not expect easy rock slabs on this trail. This trail is janky. Then after that, you got Space, which is more steep and techy slabs with some steep chutes, similar fashion. And then after that, you're on to Space Kitty or Space Bound Hound, which are also all double black, all kind of techie gnar, all good fun. I have not been on these lower ones, some newer additions. It's great to see how much they are building out there, and what a lot of fun. So everything from Roller Coaster, Matmo, Endor Lines, Simpsons Line, Gatekeeper, it's kind of more flowy up here. This starts a little techie, but if you're looking for the tech, you're looking at Meat Draw, Chainsaw Ridge, then all the Space Trail. That's kind of where more of the single black and double black tech lives. So this place kind of does have a trail for everyone. No greens, but the blues aren't that hard, and even the blacks aren't that hard until you get to a trail like Meat Draw, which is a hard black, I would say. Now, should be mentioned, there's also a sweet trail network. It didn't quite make the book. I believe it's called the Westwood Lake. What do they have there? Some sweet trail called Pink Unicorn, I believe. Shenanigans. So much sick riding in this area, and I just wanted to mention Westwood Lake too, because there is a small blurb in my book about it where I recommend you ride, I think Pink Unicorn. Man, I had one of my best times ever on. I love that trail, Pink Unicorn, but the whole trail network in itself was not good enough to make the top 100, but South Benson certainly was. So if you are in the Nanaimo area and you're looking for some good descents, this is the absolute place to be. The place with some of the best enduro around on the island. So many sick single black trails for you to enjoy, and what a great place it is, South Benson. Thank you, Nanaimo Trail Builders. You guys have turned South Benson, man, that is a sick mountain. You got to ride here for days. Like, you got to do the Simpsons line, you got to do the Galaxy line, and then you got to do all this tech here. You got to ride the Gatekeeper. Like, there is a lot of sick shit to ride on this mountain, and that is why it made the top 100 trails in Canada. Yes, buy the book, support the artist, and have a great freaking day, people. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me on another video. We will talk very soon. We finally went to the island, boy, and you best to believe there is a lot more island riding in that book right there. Let me know if you agree with my top 100 from what you are seeing. My 1 or 2 viewers out there, I would love to hear from you. From the least viewed man on social media, checking out, and we will talk to you again soon. Peace and lots of love, and I'm out,